Hi guys, my name's Lindsay, and today I'm going to be talking about makeup and the makeup community on YouTube and its current political situation. I don't know, what are we calling it? All the drama channels are calling it Dramageddon 3, so I guess that's what we're going to call it. I like what Peter Mon calls it. He calls it Karmageddon because it's affecting all of the gurus that have their, that started Dramageddon in the first place, apparently. And to be perfectly honest, other than Peter Mon and the occasional, random drama channel, I haven't really gone too in depth with my personal investigation into what's currently out, other than there seem to be a lot of accusations, and I haven't really watched any of the drama channels today. So I don't know what's currently being said. But as of last night, they were saying that Shane and Jeffree Star may have influenced or even started the whole Dramageddon in the first place with James Charles and the Tati. And in my personal opinion, honestly, it doesn't really matter what any of their involvement were in it. They're all culpable for that whole thing. It was obviously orchestrated, and they say Tati's coming out with a video, and I'm waiting for that. I really am. Because it kind of all started with her. And I think if anybody's going to end it, it's going to be her. I think Shane Dawson's going to regret getting involved with this. I really do. I'm not taking up for him by no means. I am a fan of his. But it's getting really, really hard to stand behind him and kind of be like, oh, yeah, this is just him. You know, I do watch Peter Mon. I follow him. I subscribe to him. I enjoy him as a creator. Even though I tend to stay away from drama channels because look, I grew up in Dundalk. I was born in it. I was raised in it. I was steeped in it. I don't like it. So I try to stay away from the drama on YouTube. But I love makeup. And I do want to be a makeup artist at some point in my life. And so, you know, I've learned a lot from the beauty community. But I mean, I've been into makeup since before YouTube was a thing. So, by no means is it a be-all, end-all for makeup. But I did kind of want, at some point, to get involved in making videos. My friends, my sister, actually a lot of my friends, even my therapist has suggested I should do it. But what's going on is one of the main reasons why I haven't. This is why. Because I don't want drama. Or I don't want to, like, be involved in that kind of drama. Like, family drama is one thing, you know? I got plenty of that. But no. Just no. You know, and look, the toxicity, you know, that is going around, and it's just like, is it necessary? None of it was necessary. Really none of it. It could have all been handled behind the scenes, and none of this would have happened. And honestly, I kind of can't wait till everything's out And I don't know if that's going to happen, because I feel like it's probably deeply hidden behind a smokescreen of lawyers and probably not publicists, because like what Peter Mon had said is like, if any of these people had publicists, yeah, none of this probably would have happened. But they should probably hire some, like, now. Because some of the stuff that these people are posting is just like, what? Are you even on the same planet? Like, you know, people are dying, there's a virus going on, and you people are still bickering over whose palette's named what, and who started this, and who's, you know, causing what drama. And it's like, okay, why can't we just be over this? You know, whoever started it, take your damn responsibility, take your damn bow, so the rest of us can fucking move on with our lives. But, you know, I kind of feel like it needs to be a little bit more than just that. Like, because now, at this point, it's not just the initial lies and, you know, we'll just say, I really believe it's like a defamation of character. It's not just that. It's the fact that it was made so public, and, you know, whether there were apologies or not, whether behind the scenes, publicly, you know, a person's life was still affected. A person's career was still at least somewhat, you know, put on hold or temporarily affected. But I mean, not just that, but you're talking about a teenager. You know, no matter this kid's fame at the time, you know, this is a teenager, and you're screwing with his mental health. And I you know, I'm not saying the things that he was, you know, if the things that he did admit to doing and, you know, apologize for, you know, I don't condone those either. And I think that, you know, he's probably grown from this. And yeah, this slice of humble pie that Shane Dawson is talking about, you know, sorry, but he didn't need a slice of humble pie like that. And if James Charles needed a slice of humble pie for, you know, being a stupid teenager and saying inappropriate things in a situation that was inappropriate, then Jeffree Star's humble pie is so big that there doesn't currently exist an oven large enough to bake it. So, just saying that, Shane. As far as humble pie goes, you're sticking up for people who are still doing things that are inappropriate and saying things that are inappropriate. And honestly, I kind of, like, I mean, I get it, I'm nobody, right? But, like, when the whole, cremated palette came out, that whole, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I was kind of on Jeffree Star's side there, because, like, I've dealt with a lot of death. And I said, you know, earlier that, you know, these people are, you know, doing all this drama while there's all this death and stuff going on. I wasn't angry about the palette coming out. I wasn't angry about the name or anything. I got that. And I mean, I would love to do a whole video on just that palette and why I was not bothered by that. But this other behavior is what bothers me. This other behavior is what he needs to address, and what Jeffree needs to atone for and come forward and, you know, speak about. And Shane needs to be like, yeah, this is more than just bad behavior. This is more than just, you know, Jeffree being Jeffree. This is an acceptable behavior and he needs to stand up for it. And just like I did with, well, here's the thing. There's a lot of like iffiness about Shane on YouTube right now. And to be completely honest, when it came to the Tana and the was it Jake Paul or Logan Paul? I just watched it because it was Shane and I like seeing Shane, but honestly, I couldn't care less about either one of those two people that he did the series with. I watched the Graveyard Girl. Bleh. I watched the Graveyard Girl one, and I liked that. I thought that was good. But I did kind of find it a little suspect that they're no longer, like, in contact, and even though my hair looks really bad right now. Sorry. I shouldn't even be looking in the the thingy. But, like, he doesn't talk to Graveyard Girl anymore. But he's gonna stand up for people who are, like, actively just horrible people and doing bad things. So honestly, I don't know if Shane's gonna be able to come back from this particular thing. I wanted his palette. I wanted to try his palette. Because I thought Jeffree Star's makeup looked decent to begin with. I love the color stories from his other palettes. I honestly loved Cremated the best because I love those kind of gothic pastels. And I know I could probably achieve them from other looks, or I should say from other, like palettes in other places, but I just like the whole way it was together. I liked it. But I like I had liked the look of all his other palettes as well. And, when Shane put out his series with Jeffree Star, I was really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to seeing everything in the beauty. Sorry, I'm trying to tightline my eye. I like to do that before I lay down my shimmers. I'm also trying to not make really hideous faces. Because normally when I'm not doing it on camera, I look like a frickin' melted zombie. From Terraria. Just trying to get that in there. I mean, let's face it, I look like bloated dead sea life anyway. And with the green lighting that I have to use for my light sensitivity, it's not how improving the whole dead bloated sea life. But trust me, when I'm not on camera and I'm trying to tightline my eyes, the faces are not attractive. But like I said, it's not much better to begin with. But I was excited about Shane's, foray into the makeup world, and, I was excited. I was kind of really hoping that he would take it seriously and, do makeup, but I understand why he didn't, because I have body dysmorphia too, and I hate my face. It's kind of hard to do makeup on yourself and then make a video of it, and then edit it, and then put it up on the internet when you see your face, but the face you're seeing isn't the face that everybody else sees, or, you may be an ugly person, but what you're seeing is amplified, or you're, like, nitpick about one specific thing of your face, or you constantly, compare yourself to other people to the point where you, like, won't leave the house for months. Like, I get it. I get the body dysmorphia. I get why he didn't, do these makeup videos. So I can't personally condone why people are, like, harping on him about that, because I understand the panic and anxiety that it gives a person who suffers from that kind of condition. But I don't think that excuses him out of taking responsibility. And, if you're gonna stand behind or be around someone who is usually epicenter of drama, you either need to inoculate yourself for said drama or be prepared to get involved with that drama full bore. You can't dabble in it while looking down your nose at it and then piecing out when shit gets too heavy. And I mean, I get it. I honestly, if I were Shane, I would have checked out. I would have pieced out way sooner. Way sooner. The fact that he held in a lot longer than he did is shocking to me, because I'd have been going a lot sooner. I don't know what kind of contracts he's tied up in. He may have had to contractually wait until the restock to make any kind of statement. We don't know. And again, I'm not trying to take up for him. I'm not even really playing devil's advocate. I'm just stating that there are a lot of sides. Not everybody's pulling receipts. Not everybody's telling the full story. And I can't really give a full opinion until I know the full story. And I really can't tell you where this is going to end, where it's going to land. And because I'm invested in this, because I literally want this to be a career for me someday, I kind of really need to see where it lands, because, if I want to join the beauty community, whether it's on YouTube or not, these are big names. And with Jeffree Star, he's got a big cosmetic line, he's talking about expanding it. Now, I don't know if his whole line's going to be canceled, and if people are going to cancel him like they did with Kat Von D. But honestly, here's the thing. I still have some of old school Kat Von D cosmetics. I did not purchase them with my money. And honestly, after her whole scandal, sorry, I shouldn't be off camera, I'm trying to pay attention, but can you tell I've never really done this before? I practiced, but got really unconscious or uncomfortable about it. But, after her scandal, people really stopped purchasing her things, and, they were on a makeup addiction even on Reddit. People were like, oh, it's just, I don't agree with her being an anti-vaxxer, and all that jazz. And then all of a sudden people were boycotting her and wouldn't buy her stuff anymore, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then later that year, my best friend gives me a palette from her, and it was a limited edition palette, and I was I really liked it. I thought it was cool. Honestly, I'm not really pleased with the quality of it, but the colors are cool. Actually, the one color in there I really, really do like. I used it for my crease today, because it's actually a perfect contour shade for me, and I'm not good at contouring. Not good. I probably won't even try today, but it would be the perfect contour shade for me. And I use it a lot for transition or crease shades. So I like that color, and I do use it a lot. And the highlight that comes next to that pan is actually a really pretty highlight, for both your eyes and your other highlight areas, like cheekbones and nose and Cupid's bow. And actually, the shimmers in her palette are generally creamy and nice. The mattes, I don't know. This isn't going to turn into a Kat Von D review. Either way, I wasn't impressed with most of the stuff. But it was a gift, and girl be broke, so she can't buy herself other makeup. So I gotta use what I got. So I do still use Kat Von D stuff, which is another reason why me and Jeffree Star could probably never be friends. And honestly, my niece bought the cremated palette, and even if Jeffree Star gets canceled and like I would never spend my own money on him, I'll still use her palette. Not even gonna lie. If that makes me a hypocrite, then I'm sorry, but somebody spent money on it and the makeup's there, I'm gonna use it. And if I spent money on it, or somebody spent money on it for me and it's a gift, I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna throw it out. I don't, unless it's actually a defective product, or it has proven to be made cruelly, you know what I mean? Then maybe I would throw it out. But other than that, I don't waste, unless there's a good reason to. But aside from the fact that I may or may not actually officially, or, you know, I'm a nobody. But I was really considering to, you know, this year try an attempt to, you know, officially attempt to join the beauty community, and do, you know, not even like be a YouTuber or a guru, just 'cause, like, you know, I've been doing makeup a long time, and I like to mess around with it, but I'm by no means saying that I'm an expert, because I'm not. You know what I mean? But I enjoy putting makeup on my face, and I have opinions about the makeup that I put on my face. And clearly I have opinions. Clearly I have opinions about what's going on in the beauty community. But, yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate. But what got me into makeup, originally, was my mom. Which is funny, because my mom was a very natural beauty. I wish I could... I'll try to figure out a way to put pictures up of her when she was younger. But she was just so beautiful naturally. And, she didn't wear makeup often. So, you know, on the rare occasions when she did, she would buy, you know, high-end makeup, because girl worked hard for her money, so why not? And Estee Lauder was the brand that she always wore, because she was very, had very sensitive skin, and was very fair, cool-toned. And at the time, that was the only place she could, like, get her foundation mixed, you know, professionally. And also, the perfume she wore, like her signature perfume, like the smell that reminds me of her the most in the world, is like, they only bring it out once a year, so it's like a limited edition type, discontinued until like once a year. So she would go around that time every year, and it's always around Christmas, and she would buy that perfume, and then she would always get those, you know, or not discounts, but like they would be like, oh, buy $50 worth of perfume and get this cute little makeup, you know, bag for free. And it's like a miniature of like miniature quad eyeshadow with two miniature lipsticks and a mini eyeshadow, or a mini mini mascara and a mini eyeliner, and you know, that whole jazz. Well, you know, she, like I said, she never wore makeup. She always just gave it to me. And when she wanted makeup, her makeup done, she would just call me down and I would do her makeup for her. You know, like if she and my dad were going out, which was rare, because we were poor. And like I said, she rarely treated herself to any frivolities. So like once a year is when she treated herself to perfume and makeup. And it wasn't much. And like I said, she got the perfume, kept the perfume, and gave the makeup to me. And so she had started taking me, to the makeup counters with her. And the makeup lady was like, oh, you're interested in makeup and everything? And my mom was like, yeah, she does my makeup when I want my makeup done. And the lady was like, oh, that's so cute. So the lady, this was my mom's Estee Lauder lady. It was like, I don't know if it's like having an Avon lady, but this was the lady my mom went to every year for Christmas for like 20 years. So the lady started putting an extra gift set in the package. Even if I knew the lady's name, I wouldn't say it, because I don't want her to get in trouble even after all these years, but she would give my mom, her free gift, and then she would put a little extra one in there for me, so I would get this whole beauty package to myself. I guess she didn't realize that my mom would, like, never use it, but it's whatever. So my mom always had, like, a collection of extras in her drawer for when I ran out. So anyway, I always loved makeup. My mom nurtured that. My dad hated it. Mom nurtured it. And I just always kind of just loved messing around with it, blending it, playing with the colors and making different eye shapes, and it was just fun. And I was young, too. I was probably like maybe 9 when it started. And, like, my grandfather was like, she's so young. Donald Ducking about it. And my dad was of the same mind, but I was, like, getting really good at a young age. And I think I was probably around maybe 10 or 11 when, the Style Network became a thing. It may have been before that, but that was when I started watching it, because that's when we, like, were actually able to get cable, for a little while anyway. And that's when I started learning how to cut hair and style hair. I don't know why my voice is cracking, and why it keeps modulating. It's like, I don't know. Anyway. Well, actually, I do know. I was upset the other day because I had an argument. So, my voice is probably still recovering from that. But, I would just, like, cut my sister's hair, do my sister's makeup, my mom, my dad. Well, not my dad's makeup, my dad's hair. And then I would start doing my friend's hair and makeup for their proms, because we were homeschooled. We didn't, like, have prom and stuff, but the girls in the school and youth group that we went, or around the neighborhood, the girls in the school, and the youth group we went to, whenever they had dances or anything like that, they would, like, be like, hey, come over and do my makeup and hair, or they'd come over, or I would just meet them in the parking lot and do their makeup and shit. Oh, sorry. I'm not editing that, but I am trying to not use inappropriate words, whatever. And I just loved it. I don't know, it was just something about putting makeup on people's faces and, like, blending it and, like, I don't know. It's hard to do it on mine, but I do like to do it on mine just because, I don't know, it's relaxing. And I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I then realized how weird it sounded, and then chuckled at my own weirdness, so. Now, I don't know, because this is kind of pretty, but it's very, like, light. And I've been doing, like, really dark looks lately, and, like, I don't know. Kind of want to do a wing. But I feel like I'm going to screw it up. And I'm like, do I want to screw it up in the video? Because that'll be a really good first video to put up, Lindsay. I've been trying to do, and I'm not going to be able to do it now because I already did my eyes wrong to pull it off. But I did this eye wrong, didn't I? Sometimes I go, like, my eyes look uneven, like really uneven to me, and then I always like over exaggerate the blending them out wrong. And then, of course, it doesn't help that my lighting is uneven. But like I said, I can't afford a lot of lighting because I'm currently disabled and can't work. So I'm trying to do the best I can with the lighting I have. And it's green. And the reason it's green, in case anybody has made it this far and is wondering why it's green because, well, I have chronic migraines and pretty severe light sensitivity, and green light is one of the few lighting that is not damaging or painful for my eyes. Okay, so my storage was really low, and I wanted to get the rest of my makeup on so I could close out basically my thoughts on this whole situation. Tassie still hasn't come out with a video as far as I know. Piermont just had another video, but really I think it was just nothing new had come out. Just the fact that both Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star have lost a lot more followers and everything. I definitely think I'm gonna unfollow Jeffree Star. Because the way he's handling this is appalling, and also because there are a lot of things that have come out about him that there is proof about that I don't agree with. And as far as Shane Dawson goes, God, it's so hard because I followed him for years, and I'm going to probably make a whole separate video about this because I have a lot to say on that particular subject. And it's not like not trying to like name drop or anything, because I really was a pretty big fan of his for years. He inspired me a lot, because he did have body dysmorphia, and I was like, okay, so we have some things in common. He has a lot of similar disorders to me. I thought he was funny in a lot of ways. He wasn't appropriate. He did have inappropriate humor. Like I said, I have a lot to say on that, so I'm just going to make a whole separate video. Like I said, I really hope, if Tati does come out, that she comes out with actual proof or receipts. I hate saying that word because it's so overused now. It's so cliche, but it's like a lot of this is all hearsay now. The proof that is out there, is good enough and substantial, but for the things that are just being speculated, I really hope she has proof of. Because honestly, those are the things that are kind of like hanging me up on my opinions of a lot of things. But as far as whether this thing is going to affect my choice to try and actually be serious about making videos for the, beauty, and like put them into the beauty community, because it is large. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, is that the beauty community is huge, and there's a lot of YouTubers out there that do it, and it's really not just Jeffree Star and James Charles and Tati. So there are other YouTubers out there that do makeup and beauty, and it's really not all just drama. It's just it seems to really be centralized around Jeffree Star, and Shane got involved with it. I still don't know to what extent his involvement is actually in it. But that's what's going to ultimately determine, you know, a lot of my opinions. At least on Shane Dawson. But yeah, I don't know. I might still do videos and everything. I know, like I said, I'm a untalented nobody, but it's something that is therapeutic for me. It's something that is important to me. I'm passionate about it. And my therapist thinks it's good because I am passionate about it. And it's just a shame to see people who I watched and were inspired by be so foolish and so petty, and now they're not even willing to stand up and take responsibility for it. And I really just hope that this all comes clean. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.